my name is Kirsten, and I'm going to be talking today about how to become an aesthetic or cosmetic nurse. So I know that this can be a harder field to get into, and in order to become an aesthetic nurse or cosmetic, injector, you do have to be an RN. So that's one of the things that you're going to have one of the qualifications. So real quick, if you're still in nursing school, personally, I think one of the most applicable preceptorships that you can do is the OR. You are in watching procedures, you're with a patient pre, during, and post-op, kind of dealing with and managing that fear. And so the fear of that the patient has about the procedure, which is super applicable to nurse injecting because a lot of people are really afraid of needles. So if you're still in school and you're wondering what preceptorship to do that you can kind of put on your resume for a med spa, that's the one that I personally would recommend. If you are already graduated from nursing school and have been practicing as an RN, the good news is you typically don't need experience in order to get a job in this field. I originally thought that nobody would hire me because I didn't have experience, but it actually turns out that a lot of places prefer you not to have experience. I know that sounds weird, but they want to train you how they want to train you and kind of mold you into their nurse injector. So if you don't have any experience, that's okay. You will get experience after you get hired. And so I actually just got hired at a med spa as a nurse injector, a cosmetic aesthetic nurse, and I'm really excited about it. So how did I do it? How did I get hired with no experience, fresh out of nursing school? Well, the first thing I did was I literally typed med spa into Google, and probably about 30, 40 popped up, and I called every single one in a row. I called every single med spa and I asked if they were hiring any nurse injectors or any RNs. And even if they said that they weren't hiring, all those places said, but we're taking resumes. If they weren't hiring, they were taking resumes. And so I would still send them my resume. And eventually, after the 20th phone call, I found a med spa that actually was looking. And I sent them my resume, and they called me for an interview, and I signed my paperwork yesterday. So I'm really excited. But one of the things I want to talk about is, what do you put on your resume to make it stand out apart from other people who are applying? Because they do get a lot of applicants for these jobs. You do want to make your resume, you want to tailor your resume to the med spa profession. So what I mean by that is you need to put on your resume why you're passionate about going into this field, whether it's boosting patient confidence or you have an artistic eye, something like that. You need to put something unique about yourself as to why you're passionate about going into the med spa industry, because they're going to ask you why you're going into this field. And so you need to have that answer and that reason prepared and on your resume. Another thing you're going to want to do on your resume is explain why you have an artistic eye, because this is something they are going to be looking for. A lot of people put, yes, I pay great attention to detail, I'm highly organized, but they are looking as to why you have an artistic eye, because you're going to be able to need to do that and have that in order to provide the best patient experience, because you're working on their face. That's something they look at in the mirror every day, and so it's very serious. It's a very serious thing, and there's a huge trust that goes into nurse injectors when we are performing, the Botox filler procedures. And so these are the things that you need to put on your resume that you'll be sending out to these med spas. So that was just a few things as to how to become a cosmetic aesthetic nurse from the very beginning. I will be documenting my whole journey because I am a brand new cosmetic aesthetic nurse, so I thought it would be cool to kind of document it from the very, very beginning. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm the Idaho Injector. because in 2 days I will be doing my first Botox training. It's going to be all day, and I'll be working with a lot of really great experienced nurses. And so I will be posting before and after pictures and things like that. And then I'll do a follow-up video on how it went and what I learned and just exactly what it was all about. So I will see you guys later.